Greetings, fellow muckers. Today we'll be looking at a welfare problem. The problem. We are given the marginal private benefit is equal to 800 minus 0.5 Q. The marginal private cost is equal to 20 plus 0.3 Q. The marginal external benefit is equal to 0. And the marginal external cost is equal to 0.4 Q. Part A. Find the competitive equilibrium QC and PC. Part B. Find the social optimum efficient equilibrium QE and PE. And Part C. Calculate the change in welfare for the society when the equilibrium moved from QC PC to QE PE. Now pause this video, take a few minutes, and solve this problem. Welcome back, fellow muckers. Hopefully you're able to solve this problem. Now let's work on it together. So part A. Find the competitive equilibrium QC PC. To do that, we need to set our marginal private costs equal to our marginal private benefit. So we get 20 plus 0.3 Q is equal to 800 minus 0.5 Q. Now we solve for Q. We can add 0.5 Q to both sides. We get 0.8 Q is equal to, then we can subtract 20 on the left and right to 780. Divide by 0.8 to both sides. And we get QC is equal to 975. And to find the price, we can plug it into either our MPC or our MPB. Let's just plug it into our MPC. So we get 20 plus 0.3 times 975. This is going to be equal to our PC. And this is going to be equal, and our PC will be equal to 312.5. So these are equilibrium points in a competitive situation. QC is equal to 975, PC is equal to 312.5. Now, part B. Find the social optimum efficient equilibrium QE PE. To do that, we need to set our marginal social benefit equal to our marginal social cost. We are not given a marginal social cost. So how do we solve for a marginal social cost? Well, a marginal social cost is equal to a marginal private cost plus a marginal external cost. So we are given both of these values. So we'll get marginal social cost equal to 20 plus 0.3 Q plus 0.4 Q, and this will give us a marginal social cost equal to 20 plus 0.7 Q. Now that we have our marginal social cost equation, to find, now we just set our marginal social benefit equal to our marginal social cost. So we get 800 minus 0.5Q, our marginal social benefit, equal to our marginal social cost, which we just solved for, 20 plus 0.7Q. We solve for Q, so we can subtract 20 on both sides to get 780 is equal to add 0.5 to both sides, 1.2Q. Then we can divide by 1.2 to both sides. And we get QE equal to 650. And to solve for PE, we can just plug in our QE value into either MSB, a marginal social benefit, or a marginal social cost equation. We'll just plug it into our marginal social cost equation. So we get a PE equal to 20 plus 0.7 times 650. And we get a value, a PE value of 475. Now for part C, calculate the change in welfare for the society when the equilibrium moved from QCPC to QEPE. So to do this, firstly we can just draw a graph so you can see what this looks like, what welfare looks like on a graph, and this will help tremendously solving this problem quickly and efficiently. So we'll have a demand or a marginal private benefit, and this is going to be equal to a marginal social benefit. So just imagine this as demand. A y-axis is price, so money, dollars, and our x-axis is Q, quantity. We're going to have a marginal external cost that is constant. So this is a marginal external cost. We're going to have a marginal social cost. It's also positive. Marginal social cost. And we're going to have a marginal private cost as well. That's also positive. And if you remember, our competitive equilibrium is where our marginal private cost is equal to our marginal private benefit. So marginal private cost is equal to marginal private benefit at this point right here. We'll label this point as B. And then if you go down across, we'll have our QC and PC labeled. And then remember our efficient equilibrium is where our marginal social cost is equal to our marginal social benefit. Marginal social benefit equal marginal social cost. So this point right here, go down and across. We get QE and we get PE. So now with this graph, where does welfare lie? Well, and we can label this point as E. Well, welfare lies if we take this QC line, this dotted line, and extend it all the way up to our marginal social cost. So this triangle right here, so the triangle, we can label this point as C. So the triangle, the triangle, the triangle, let's call it ECB, is equal to welfare. And this is what we have to solve for. And to solve for the area of a triangle, or to solve for welfare essentially, is 1/2 base times height. So we get our base. So we need to find the C value right here. And how do we do that? Well, we plug in a QC value into our marginal social cost equation, So our QC was 975. And our marginal social cost is equal to, marginal social cost was 20 plus 0.7Q. So if we plug in 20 plus 0.7 times 975, we'll get 702.5. Oh yes, we get 702.5, and then to find the base, we take C, or C value 702.5, and subtract it from, so 702.5 our C value, or a price at that C value right here. This is our price at that value. And we're going to subtract it from our PC, which is 702.5 minus PC, which was 312.5. And this is going to be equal to our base. So this is our base. And this is 390. And to find the height of this triangle, the height, it just be QC minus QE. So the height is equal to QC minus QE, which is 975 minus 650. And this gives us a value of 325. This is equal to our height. So now to find the area of ECB of the triangle to find our welfare value, we do 1/2 of base, 390. So this is going to be equal to welfare. Welfare times 325. And we will get a value. Welfare is going to be equal to 63,375. So this is the welfare that is gained from going from QC PC to QE PE. This is the welfare gain, 63,375. And that is the solution to the problem. I hope this video helped. If it did, please consider subscribing and liking